We know we're on social media all the time. We see all these amazing new designers come up in TV, I guess in magazines too. And it's really easy to be swayed by what's the hottest thing to wear, what's actually in stores like Glassons or Zara, things that are on trend. Everyone's different. But I think when you are shopping, you have to just take the time to understand what your main values are. I know for me, I could see the most beautiful dress ever that I'm going to love, but if it's not comfortable, there is no way that I will end up purchasing it, because I know, even though if it looks great on, if I don't feel good in it, then what's the point? I'd rather be comfortable.
This is episode 98. I am so happy that you're here, and thank you for joining my show, your coach, Helen Yuskovic. I am on a worldwide mission to help people get confident in putting themselves first, because I used to put myself second my whole life. And because of that, I experienced every unhealthy relationship possible. An unhealthy relationship with myself, my health, my wealth, my intimate relationships, my family, my friends, and my career. I'm now living in an abundance that I used to just dream about. So I want to pave the way for you too. It's time, guys. It's time that you live in the life of your dreams as well. So let's take a step towards that right now. P.S. Subscribe to my podcast on your app now so that you always tune in to my new episodes. All right, welcome to the show, Ainsley Angelos. Why did I always think it was D'Angelos?
I always get asked that. D is my middle name. So it's Ainsley D. Angelos is my surname.
Aha. Okay.
There we go.
I'm so excited to have Ainsley on the show today, team. She is a personal stylist and she has a wicked fashion sense, as you can see with what she's wearing here. Ainsley, welcome to the show, firstly.
Thank you, Helen. I feel like this has been a dream of mine because I've been a big fan of your podcast. So thank you for having me.
I am honored to have you on the show. And I love hearing that you've been listening to the show. Ainsley, before we dive into these amazing questions, I would love for you to just quickly describe how you got here to Team D. How did you become a personal stylist? For those listening, Ainsley and I have worked together and she was not always a personal stylist. And this has become a side hustle, I suppose, and she's killing it. So Ainsley, please share how you even got here with Team D.
Of course. Well, I have always loved fashion. I've always loved styling, clothes, makeup, everything. And my first job out of high school was working as a Christmas casual sales assistant at Sports Girl. So I got that job and absolutely had the best time of my life. I was working in Pitt Street Mall and all I got to do every day was style beautiful ladies in clothes. So from there, I worked there for about 5 years whilst I was studying business at uni and was like, okay, I absolutely love fashion and I think I want to have sort of a career in this industry. So I got a little bit curious as to what other jobs were out there. So I then got a really awesome job at The Iconic. And
wow.
Yes. So that sort of started a new avenue for me in fashion because I was always working in retail because I'm a big people person. I love having conversations with people day to day. And The Iconic, obviously, it's a massive and it's probably the biggest online fashion business in Australia. So I wanted to, I guess, get a bit of experience in that e-commerce world. So that sort of gave me a different skill set there. And I realized that, wow, e-commerce is definitely the future of fashion because we can style with so many different brands. We can reach people in so many different places. So then I decided to start my own online fashion business. I just started a business because I loved it. I had no idea where it would go, put it that way, and loved it, but was making absolutely no money and not helping very many people. So I just love taking photos, putting them on Instagram, and I realized that there was so many products out there. I didn't really need to sell more. people already had so much choice. So most of my customers would ask me like, how should I style this skirt? What color? How should I dye my hair if I'm wearing a pink dress on Saturday? So then I realized, okay, people actually need a lot more help with styling their body shape, their complexion. So that's why I decided to do a course in personal styling, and the online clothing business, it evolved into Team D now, which is personal styling. So that's the short story for you, Hels.
I can hear every single entrepreneur listening to you and hearing you when you said I was making absolutely no money doing what I loved.
Yes. Oh gosh.
And to those of you listening that are entrepreneurs and side hustling or running a business, it is absolutely normal to go up and to go down. But what's inspiring about Dee is that she evolved. And so what it is, you're learning and listening to what it is that the market needs. And you just basically created a whole new service of being able to style people. And I have seen on your Instagram some of the people that you have styled and how happy they are with how you style them. And it's really, really heartwarming to see that you are actually able to make someone feel happier just with styling their outfits. It's amazing. And I'm a true believer in your clothes really affecting and shaping how your mood will be for the day. So even colors, the colors that we use, like you've got on this really bright fuchsia pink shirt, and it just makes me so happy.
It's fun, right? It's fun. Yeah.
Totally fun. Can you talk to clothes and how they affect how we feel, Ainsley? Like, why do you believe clothes can affect how we feel?
Well, I've just naturally gravitated to clothes. I love playing with them in my wardrobe, but I've also sort of in the last, I guess through university, through entrepreneurship, you sort of come across a lot of personal development as well. And I guess was opened and was introduced rather to the law of attraction, the law of vibration. And I guess I learned that your thoughts actually create your feelings. So if you are getting dressed every day and you think about how amazing you look and you really love how you look, you're going to feel great, because it's just how our brains are wired. If we think positive things about ourselves, we're going to feel so much better. So just having an amazing outfit, I love color as well, Helen, like you. So when I'm wearing bright colors, I feel so much happier than if I'm in winter wearing gray, black. It changes our mood, I think.
Totally. I remember in lockdown, I did a live on just getting dressed. And this was like our first lockdown where there was no end in sight. And so you sort of just lived in activewear for months on end. And I did this live on Instagram and I was like, I'm getting dressed today. And I put on this outfit and I put on some jeans and I was putting on some earrings, and people were saying, OMG, thank you so much for that live, because it just inspired me to get dressed, to wash my hair, to blow dry my hair, to just change my outfit. And it just helped inspire a change in people. So what you're doing is actually more than just styling. So credit to you, Team D.
Thanks, Hels. But yeah, it's like just on that point, I guess there's so many stylists out there, or just people in general in the fashion industry, that are promoting beautiful, high quality designer products for the status of that product. But I guess what I really specialize and love helping people do is just finding clothes. They can be from Kmart, doesn't have to be from Gucci, that just make you feel amazing, whether it's the fit, the color, the feel of the clothing. So yeah, anyone can do it.
I love that. Dee, it's time for your first curveball. Are you ready to play?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
What is something that most people, Dee, do not know about you?
Ooh, I play basketball. I have played basketball since I was probably in year 3 or 4, and I've played so much of it, reps, school, everything like that. I still play every Wednesday night. A lot of my good friends are from my basketball years. So yeah, I love sport. And if you actually know my team day logo, it's a little bit of a basketball there. So there you go.
That's hilarious. I used to play basketball and reps and stuff too.
Stop, Hells.
What about in high school and primary school? Did you ever jar your fingers in basketball?
Yeah, I think I played last night. I probably jarred one there. Yeah, all the time.
I remember they always used to just get whacked by the ball and you'd have bruises on your fingers, usually the ring finger and the middle finger. That's such a basketball injury.
Yeah, the ballers.
Ainsley, you love styling people, right?
I do.
How do you begin the process of styling someone? Like, do you dress people for their body shape, for their body type? And if so, can we go through some body types and recommendations for any types of bodies?
Yes. Well, there's lots of different, I guess, stylists out there. I guess I specialize in helping busy and body conscious professionals so feel more confident. And in that process, I guess there's always a reason why someone wants to work on their style. So I guess in a professional sense, they might be, for example, a team leader and have to, I guess a big part of their day-to-day might be looking after a big team, obviously. So with that, you have to have great leadership skills, have confidence, and I guess feel good about what you're delivering and helping people. So I guess when I start working with a client, I always want to know, I guess, why they want to work on their style, because obviously it could be that they've got a new job and it's totally different. So they might be going from really smart casual wear to now stepping into a corporate world where their expectation is to wear a bit more classier, dressier styles. And that transition sometimes challenging for people. So yeah, there's lots of different ways, or I guess reasons, why people want time. They might be getting out there in the dating scene and need a bit of help feeling good about that. Exactly. Sexy without showing everything. Or they might even be going to a special event like a wedding and I've got a new client that wants help with a European vacation look. So I think the reason why is number one. Then to answer your question, Hells, definitely body type. Because I guess style is so subjective. There's no right or wrong. And I guess the people that I see, my clients, love to feel good in their body because they are conscious of what they look like in their body. So I will always, I guess, ask someone what they love about their body, what they don't, and then I guess analyze their body shape because there are so many. So I guess a really good example or easy to understand example is, I know you love J-Lo, Helen, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
So she is my queen. She's actually born on the 27th of July, just like me. We're both Leos. So she's like one of my big style icons. Did you know that?
No.
I know. How cool.
That's so amazing. She has been a huge influence on my styles. Notice how we're both wearing hoops?
Yes. Jenny from the Block Hoops. You have to watch her documentary on Netflix.
I have.
Yeah, I saw it. So good.
I am still fangirling over J-Lo since I was, I think, 11 years old.
She is the epitome of just confidence. Like she's 50 plus now, isn't she?
52.
What the heck? Yeah.
Right.
So crazy.
Those abdominals, she had twins.
She rocks.
She can afford to have a PT and she can afford to have a chef, yes, but you still have to apply yourself.
Totally. And she's very, I guess, daring with her style, but she's always dressing to flatter her body shape. Because if you look at her, she's what you call an hourglass, even a pear. She's got a really small waist, and then her hips and thighs are sort of her curvier areas. And that's totally different to someone probably the same size as her. But if you look at another actor or Hollywood star like Margot Robbie, it's very different body shape, very up and down, tall. She doesn't really have much curve, Margot, but both so beautiful. But if you do look at the way they dress, both different styles, I would say Margot she's probably a bit more androgynous as Margot Robbie. Lots of, I guess, straight, structured pieces of clothing to keep that up and down style and body shape. Whereas J-Lo, everything's figure hugging, baby. Like, she loves showing off the booty. So I guess there's two things there. There's two different body shapes, but also two different styles. J-Lo's very sexy, very powerful in the way she dresses. So like bright colors, low cut, stuff like that.
Do you take into consideration people's personalities when you style them? And how do you figure out someone's personality as a stylist?
Absolutely. So there's usually people are either a little bit more extroverted, like me and you, I guess, Helen, or they're a little bit more introverted. So usually introverts, there's always exceptions to the rules, of course, but they're the ones that really like, I guess, something like dainty jewelry because it's not drawing too much attention to them. Whereas extroverts love detailing, so big, lots of fur or bright nails or things that are going to maybe be conversation starters. So things like that. And also, again, it comes down to what someone wants, because someone might be an introvert and maybe want to feel a little bit more confident and want to, for example, when you're dating, you want to be more connecting to more people. So you might want to wear something a little bit, or I would advise someone to wear something maybe a little bit out of their comfort zone, that it's like a peacock strategy. People ask you about, oh my gosh, what's that feather there? So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. And we were just talking about hourglass figures, and I know we know what they are, but there might be some listeners that have no idea what we're talking about. Can you explain what is an hourglass figure and how do you dress to that shape?
Totally. So an hourglass figure is, if you look at somebody's waist, if their waist is smaller than their shoulders, then that's what you would call an hourglass. If you are talking about someone that's more of a rectangle, their shoulders are probably going to finish about the same as where their waist does. So there's less, I guess, curve. An hourglass is, their body shape literally looks like an hourglass, very small in the middle and bigger on the outside. So
yes. I remember when I was doing acting, and they would measure us all the time. Usually with the hourglass, the shoulder area, chest area is the same sort of size as the hip area. And then the waist was about 12 centimeters or something smaller. And it was like, okay, cool. And back in the day, people used to aspire to this body shape. But, lately the trend has been having a big booty. So it's more like a pear shape has been like the trend. But I just want everyone that's listening to not feel like you should change your body shape because you are who you are. But what Dee is saying here is that you can actually learn to dress for your shape, right?
Absolutely. And when people dress for their shape, they usually feel more, I guess, aligned to who they are because they're able to show off their assets. For example, obviously J-Lo, she's got an amazing booty, so she wants to show that off. And someone like Margot Robbie, very up and down, but she's got fantastic long legs, so she can wear things like loose pants and sort of.
Cameron Diaz is a rectangle.
Oh, I love Cameron. Yes. That dress she wears in what happened in that Vegas movie with Ashton Kutcher.
Her legs.
But her legs, fantastic.
She's so amazing. I love talking fashion. I feel like as I've gotten older, my body shape's changed. And I feel like maybe I'll come to you for a styling session, but it's become like more of an inverted sort of triangle because I have broad shoulders and I feel like I'm morphing into my mother's body. And you know how they say you turn into your mother as you get older?
Yes, I feel that.
And you know what, Dee? She actually said to me from a very young age, don't worry about what's happening in the fashion world. Always dress to your shape.
I agree. Trends come and go. And there's so many trends out there. Like, for example, I don't know if you guys have seen, but those baggy jeans that are not high-waisted, they like are hipster. They are back in. So someone like me, I really have a big tummy. Like, that's where I hold most of my weight, and I'm okay with that, but I would never feel comfortable in showing my whole tummy. You know what I mean? So the trend is a no-go for me.
Well, you know what it was for me? I didn't like high-waisted stuff because I
Yeah.
just felt like Steve Urkel all the time. And I loved the whole Britney back in the 90s movement where everything was as low as possible. And so now you're telling me that these low baggy jeans are back, and I'm excited for it.
Yes, hells. There you go. That's a prime example.
Yes, keep your stuff because you never know when the fashion's going to change again.
Right.
D, it's time for your second curveball. Are you ready to play?
Let's do it.
What is your favorite form of self-care?
Oh, self-care. I think one of my favorites is, I was going to choose between two, but yeah, I think skincare. There's just something magical about hopping out of the shower and just cleansing your face, giving yourself a beautiful, putting on a mask or a beautiful cream and just enjoying the moment of feeling, I guess, pampered.
Do you
really
cleanse
enjoy
your
that.
skin after the shower?
During and after, hells. I'm obsessed. Is that not good?
I love that.
Oh, good.
So amazing. Gosh, we could talk about skincare, but we won't go there.
No.
What's the biggest no-go, Ainsley? What's the biggest no-go when it comes to dressing yourself? Help us out here. What are we doing wrong? And also, what things should we watch out for when we are shopping? Is there any tips that you can share with the listeners when it comes to styling ourselves?
Absolutely. Well, everyone's different, but I think when you are shopping, you have to just take the time to understand what your main values are even. I know you're big on values, Hells, but I know for me, I could see the most beautiful dress ever that I'm going to love, but if it's not comfortable, there is no way that I will end up purchasing it, because I know even though if it looks great on, if I don't feel good in it, then what's the point? I'd rather be comfortable. So I was actually shopping online last night for a pair of boots, and I thought I had just spoken to Hells and I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is a perfect example. So on trend right now, I don't know if anyone's seen, but a lot of these high or even over the knee boots in like a croc print that are they've got a stiletto heel, really pointed toe.
Oh my Lord.
Have you seen them?
No, but if it's got a stiletto heel, that would be so uncomfortable, I think.
It's like work. It's real work to wear those heels. So they look fantastic. And I was scrolling, trying to find for the life of me a pair that had a shorter heel, which I did, thank goodness. So I picked them up, but I would definitely, even though I love the look of them, I wouldn't buy them if I couldn't walk in them, put it that way. So I think comfort is key. That's the number one priority when I'm shopping. Everything else can be second to that.
That makes a lot of sense. And if you feel comfortable in what you're wearing, then you feel happier, you feel more confident. And if something is hugging you the wrong way, or you're feeling uncomfortable, it hurts to walk, or you can't breathe properly, then you're probably going to have a hard time wherever you are, especially if you have to wear that outfit for over an hour or so.
Yeah, it's force, not flow. We always want to be just feeling good and comfortable and doing our thing.
Love that. And anything else that you'd love to share?
I was going to share, you asked me before, Hells, about, I guess, what not to do when shopping.
Yes, please.
And I was thinking about this a lot. And back to the point that you brought up before about trends, I think it's so easy because a lot of people, as we know, we're on social media all the time. We see all these amazing new designers come up in TV and I guess in magazines too. And it's really easy to be swayed by what's the hottest thing to wear, what's actually in stores like Glassons or Zara, things that are on trend. So it is a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. I love jumping on, like, for example, the coloured shirt trend. I jumped on that bandwagon because I love that. So easy, so comfortable. Comfort, number one. But in saying that, an example I thought of was bright green is really in at the moment. And there's a lot of people that rock that colour. But for me, when I put that colour on, even though it's on trend, I don't feel like me. And I feel uncomfortable. I feel a bit, yes, it's trendy. maybe people will think, oh, she looks great in that. She knows what she's doing. But I just think that, what do you call it? I guess trends fade. Like the whole idea of style is that it's eternal and you can always create something from the classic pieces in your wardrobe or just classic pieces you find shopping too.
It works out so much more economical if you dress for your shape because you don't need to throw things out. Totally. I have a rack of scarves because I have broad shoulders, so I love wearing a scarf just to give the illusion that they're not broad, but I love that collection. So when I have my outfit, if I like, I can pick one of the scarves, put that on, boom,
love
staple.
That. Totally. It adds a different element, even if you've got a plain outfit, just chucking a scarf on. Yeah.
Ainsley, it's time for your third curveball. Are you ready to play?
Yes.
We love random acts of kindness here at Whole Health.
I know.
And my question to you is, apart from today, when was your last random act of kindness?
My last random act of kindness was actually, I live with one of my really good friends, Sarah, and she is an assistant director. She works on movie sets and she works crazy long hours. She loves what she does. And I usually get home before she does. And I saw that she had a lot of washing that needed to be folded. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to fold all this washing. She's going to come home. She's going to see it done and just be able to go straight to bed. So just doing that.
Can you please share her reaction?
Like, thank God, fell to the floor. And it was nice because we had a nice hug. And it's just good to have good friends in your corner. She does so much for me. So that was the least I could do.
That's so amazing. I love that you did that. And she would have felt so happy and grateful in that moment.
Yeah, she did.
That's why we love these random acts of kindness. Ainsley, thank you so much for your time today. Before you go, is there anything else that you'd like to share? How can people find you? I can put links up in the show notes if you've got more than just your Instagram page. What would you like to leave us with?
I would love to connect with anyone that just loves styling or has no idea to start with it. I love talking to anyone. So if you would like to follow me and keep in touch, my Instagram handle is team_D. So feel free to follow me there. I'm putting some finishing touches actually on a curated wardrobe checklist cheat sheet. So just send me a DM and I can flick you a free copy.
That's so amazing. I'll put your links up in the show notes. So anyone that is looking for a personal stylist or would just love to follow a page that's all about style, follow Team D and maybe we'll chat again, D.
Love to. Be an honour.
Be an honour.
An absolute honour. Thank you, Helen.
Sounded Irish.
Oh, I love it. A good Irish accent.
See you later, D.
Bye. Thanks, Hels.
Thank you times infinity for spending time with me. It really means a lot. Putting yourself first will really help escalate your goals, your dreams, and I love being on the journey with you. So make sure you come and tell me on my Instagram at Whole Health, which is HOL_health, and comment below this podcast photo to share your thoughts on my show today. And if you enjoyed it, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify so that I can keep bringing amazing value to you. I'm sending you truckloads of love, power, and joy. Bye for now.